Hello and welcome to Teasel Guitar. My name is Tyler Griffiths, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you a brief introduction to the musical alphabet and how we use it with our guitar playing. Now, the musical alphabet consists of the first 7 letters of our traditional English alphabet. That would be A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And each of those letters corresponds to a different note that we can play on our instrument. Let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you is where you can find the notes that go with the musical alphabet on the actual neck of your guitar. So we're just going to be using the low E, the thickest string, for demonstration. And we're going to start on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th fret of that low E string to play an A note. From there, if we want to play a B note, all we have to do is slide our finger up 2 more frets. To play a C, we slide our finger up 1 fret. To play a D, we slide our finger up 2 frets. To play an E, we slide our finger up 2 frets. To play an F, we slide our finger up 1 fret. To play a G, we slide our finger up 2 frets. And if we go up 2 more frets from there, we're back to A. You can hear that the same note, it's just one is higher than the other. Now, in order to go from note to note, we travel in increments known as whole steps or half steps. So for guitar, what that means for us is that whenever we're going from 1 fret to the next fret over, either up or down, that's called a half step jump. Half step, right? And now whenever we go 2 frets away from the original fret, so like that, or like that, that's called a whole step. So right next to each other, in either direction, is a half step. And if we skip a fret in either direction, it's a whole step. Now, you may have noticed that while we were making our journey from this A down to this one, that we actually skipped a few notes along the way. So for instance, on our A note, when we were going from A to B, right, we actually skipped this note in between, which is going to bring us to our next concept, which are accidentals, otherwise known as sharps and flats. So it's a very simple concept. When we're starting with our A note, right, if we go up by 1 more fret, we're actually raising the pitch by a half step, right? When we do that, we're sharpening the note. So this note, being A, when we raise it by 1/2 step, would be an A sharp. And likewise, if we lower it by a half step, right, heading up the neck, that's called flattening the note. So while this is an A, this is an A flat. Very simple. Now, what you call these in-between notes can vary depending on where you're coming from. So for instance, once again, if we're going from the A and going up a half step, it'll be right to call that an A sharp. But what if we were going from the B down a half step? And that would be a B flat. And so from that, you can see that an A sharp and a B flat are the exact same note. It's just 2 different ways to refer to it. So I'm going to go ahead and make that same journey from this A down to this A, but we're going to go in half step increments each time, and we're going to name the notes. So starting here, A, going up 1/2 step, A sharp or B flat, going up 1 more, B, going up 1 more, C, not B sharp. From B to C is only a half step, so it gets kind of tricky there. If we go up 1 more half step, that's a C sharp or a D flat. If we go up 1 more, that's a D. 1 more, D sharp or E flat. 1 more is our E. 1 more is F. That's another spot where it's just a half step from letter to letter. Up 1 more, F sharp or G flat. 1 more is G. 1 more, G sharp or A flat. And 1 more, and we're back to A. So you can see the pattern that goes from the note to either the sharp version of that note or the flat version of that next note. All right. So knowing that when we're in standard tuning, the open strings correlate to certain notes, right? So starting with our thickest string and going down, this is an E note. Down one more, this fifth string is an A note. This is a D note on the next string. The next one is a G note. Next one is a B note, and then our thinnest string is an E again. So the thickest string and the thinnest string are both E. Okay, just different pitches. So knowing what the open strings are, you can kind of start learning and practicing by saying, okay, so I know the fifth string is an A note when I play it open. So if I put my finger on the first fret, I'm playing an A sharp now. And if I go up one more, it's a B. And trying on a different string, if we go, let's say, from the second string from the bottom, the open B, we know that's a B note. So if we put our finger on the first fret there, that's going to be a C. And so what I would recommend is, if you're just starting out, the most important two strings to learn the notes on would be your low E string and your A string, because those two are going to be the points from which you can figure out which chords you're going to be playing. So usually when we play chords, we have the root of that chord, or the note upon which that chord is based. It's usually going to be on either the sixth string or the fifth string. It may not seem very useful or exciting to go from note to note, trying to memorize where they are on the fretboard, but I promise you that once you have a good understanding of where the notes are on the fretboard, it's going to make learning more advanced concepts a lot easier for you. So definitely take your time, work through it slowly, learn a few notes at a time, each day, and then you're going to start seeing that you'll be able to find them at a moment's notice, right? So if I'm saying, oh, I want to find a C sharp, I know it's right there, or right there, or right there, right? So you want to get to the point where it's fluid, to where someone can say, play this note, and you know exactly where to find it anywhere on the fretboard. Now that wraps up today's lesson. If this video helped you in any way, please go ahead and leave it a like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos when they drop. If you have any comments or suggestions or questions about what we learned, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. And until next time, take care.